Hello, everyone. This is about rightful inheritance and something we don't even think about, though those of us in 40s, 50s don't really think about because a majority of us were raised with grandparents. I have the most precious memories of my grandmother's, my paternal grandmother, and she used to sing us songs, and how would you like to go up in the sky so blue? Oh, I do think it's a wonderful thing. Ever a child can do. I recently came across a video I had way back when, about 30 years ago. We had used a VHS-C camcorder. I went to see her in the nursing home. My then husband recorded my grandma and I singing together, and it is precious. I just miss her so much. She was a wonderful grandmother. A memory of my maternal grandmother, who lived to 100, by the way. When I was a little girl, I would take care of her sewing box, getting all the thread wound and things like that. We would play Scrabble together. She would go in her house and she'd say, "Go get some cookies," and go down to the basement and get a soda. We just have precious memories. Today's day and age, and let me back up. I have had my inheritance from my grandmother, or the experiences I was allowed to have. It had nothing to do with material items. I was fortunate to have received a few things from my grandmother while she was still living. She gave me her mother's bracelet. Um, I have a bag of these lemon drops she gave me one time. And my husband saw it. I said, "Don't touch those. Those are from my grandma." Um, it's a couple of, oh, her sewing box. I have that as well. But my rightful inheritance came from the experience, the time, the relationship, the memories. And I am blessed beyond belief to have had these women in my life. On the other hand, in today's day and age, when our sons and daughters choose to disconnect, and not just disconnect from us, but take our grandchildren from us as well, or do not allow us to meet them, they are denying their children of their rightful inheritance. Whether they like us or not, we are not given an opportunity to get to know our grandchildren. Plus, they are not given an opportunity to have the experience of loving grandmothers and grandfathers. I can't imagine denying my children the opportunity to know my father, who they were very close with, my grandmother, who we were very close with, extended family, aunts and uncles, cousins, etc. It's one thing to be angry at someone or disconnect from someone. But when your grandmother at the age of 100 is in hospice at the end of life, and your son or daughter shows up, and that grandparent says, "Oh, you don't come around very often," and that grandchild has 3 or 4 children by this time who have never met their great great grandmother, I can't even imagine why someone would deny their children the opportunity to their rightful inheritance. We don't know the long-term effects of taking a grandchild from a loving grandparent. We we won't know for probably 20 years, because this has just been at the forefront for the past couple of years. So, for instance, my grandchildren are all under the age of 8. So you're talking 20 years, or maybe 10 years, or when they find out they do have a grandma out there who would have loved to have gotten to know them, and they ask, "Why did you not give me the opportunity to get to know her? We know that you and her, or that you may not like her, We know maybe your childhood wasn't the easiest, but mom and dad, I would have liked to have at least have been given the opportunity to spend time with this person, to make my own decision, to see if I'm comfortable with them, and to see if I can see a different side of them, because we all know parents have it tough. Grandparents finally get to relax, enjoy, play, have fun, and they don't really have to discipline all that much. We don't want to. But anyways, I hope estranged adult sons and daughters really truly think, if you had the opportunity to your rightful inheritance, please, please think not twice, 3 times, but 4 times before you decide to cut contact. And if it's not too late, it's never too late to go back. Even if you don't want a relationship with your mom or dad, consider allowing someone else the opportunity to take your children to meet your mom, to meet your dad, to get to know them, and to create memories. That's all there is to it, and I'll be back.